It is Monday, and I actually remembered to come on and film something. And I just realized I didn't upload the damn vlog from last week again. I edited it. That's really hard to say, edited it. I'm going to do that right now, actually, is upload it. So it'll go up tonight. I don't know why I didn't upload it yesterday. But anyway, let's do that right now. I just tried to give Aiden Pop Rocks for the first time. It's not Pop Rocks, it's Kool-Aid popping candy, which is the same exact thing. But they're so sour, and I don't know why, because they're not supposed to be sour, but they're really sour. The grape one isn't, but the tropical punch and the cherry ones are both really sour. So he was excited about it at first because it said, he just threw me off because he's got like a YouTube video in there playing of ringtones and stuff, and the one that is my alarm, I was just like, wait, where's my phone? I'm recording on it. Now I totally lost my train of thought. He was all about it because it said Kool-Aid on it, and then he got concerned when he heard it popping in my mouth because I was trying to show him what it does. Like, it makes little pop noises, and I was like holding my mouth open so he could see. So I put a little bit of the cherry one on his tongue, and he was like, I do not like it. So at least he doesn't like them. He won't be wanting to eat that pure sugar. But I thought that was funny. He does not like Pop Rocks. I did that the Temu haul the other day. I don't think I even talked about it in my vlogs, but I bought some stuff off of Temu because I kept hearing about it. And everybody I watch on YouTube has been doing videos about it. So they had emailed me a couple weeks ago to see if I wanted to be an affiliate and get sent stuff for free and stuff. But I bought a few things with my own money to see if it was worth it. And for the most part it was, except for I got Aiden what I thought was a beach towel, and it ended up just being like a really thin, stretchy material. It's what is not spandex. What the hell is why can't I think of what it's made of? I can't think of the name of the material right now, but it's way too thin and not absorbent, so it's not a beach towel. I don't know why the pictures had like people laying on it at the beach, but it's a big donut, like a donut with sprinkles, a strawberry donut, and he wanted to hang it on his wall instead, so now he has a big giant donut hanging on his wall, so it's kind of like his background when he's on camera for school. So it works out well. He really likes it. I can't find the video now for my vlog for this week. There it is. Is that it? Okay. I don't know why I didn't upload this yesterday. That job didn't call Steven back yet because when I asked him about it yesterday, he was like, oh no, they said Wednesday they'll let me know. I thought it was going to be Monday, so I guess we're going to go another week now with, if he does get this job, he probably won't start till Monday. So I'm doing a $2 Tuesday tomorrow, which is when all my normal eyeshadows go on sale for $2. So none of the multi-chrome ones, but just the ones in the normal line are only going to be $2. Usually that brings in some sales. I'm hoping it does. Because I'm still like finalizing all the new fragrances. I have to make labels for everything, so I haven't done that yet. And then I sent out today all the multi-chrome shadows, like all the new ones, to my friend that does the swatch pictures and videos for me so that we can get those all finalized and stuff. And I'm hoping I can release both the new fragrances and the Mega Chrome eyeshadows like the weekend of, I'm aiming for the weekend of Easter, if Easter is the day that I think it is. Yeah, it's the 9th. So I want to do it on like the 7th, so the Friday. I'm hoping anyway. If everything goes well and the swatches get to me on time and everything, I think we'll be in a good position to release everything on that Friday. But as for this week, I'm still not done with the shipping out all the stuff from the last sale, but at least it's all made and everything. I'm just working on that stuff now, and I'll have start the new $2 Tuesday sale tomorrow and just hope that that goes well. There's not much going on this week. Wednesday, I have that meeting with like Aiden's whole school team here with, it's about all the results of his evaluations that he had to do with the occupational therapy and the speech therapy and the psychologist, right? I always forget, it's psychologist, not psychiatrist. I don't know why I mix those up all the time, but basically just about like the results of it, even though they've all sent me the results of their evaluations with him. It's all stuff I already know. I don't know why we have to have a giant meeting about it and stress me out, but I'm probably gonna make Steven do it with me because he'll be home. Alright, I want to put this up tonight. I'll do it for, it's like 5:15 right now, so I'll do it for 6 p.m. so that it'll go up on time. Well, I mean, I usually put it up in the morning, but I was late this week. I didn't, I usually order all the new ColourPop palettes to like swatch and review on my channel. I didn't get that Legend of Korra one yet, or whatever it's called, because it looks exactly the same as the friggin' first one. I didn't know what this Legend of Korra thing was anyway, but then I read and found out that it's the continuation of Avatar, the last Airbender thing, and they already had an Avatar palette last year, and this palette looks just like that one. So I might get it just to like swatch them side by side and compare them, do a video like that, because all I keep seeing people comment on is how it looks exactly the same as the first one they did. It's kind of like getting to the point where I feel like I'm just wasting money on ColourPop now, because they're repeat eyeshadows so many times. They need to start coming out with like multi-chromes and stuff, and then I'll be more interested in it again, because it's just getting so boring and repetitive to me. And I have so many. At this point, I just feel like I'm never using the damn palettes. Like, I use it once or twice when I first get it, and then another one is coming out, so that's on top, and I end up using that one instead, and it's just like, they release too much stuff. And it hasn't been as bad lately, I will say that. They haven't been coming out with one like every other week like they were for a really long time. It's just super annoying how many there are, and like they need to start going for quality over quantity, because they're just repeating a lot of stuff for no good reason. Alright, I'm uploading this now. I really don't have anything else to talk about. I've got nothing exciting going on. I'm just taking a break from filling orders for a minute because I was getting sick of doing it. I just realized I have to go do my makeup because I gotta get on camera and do this meeting with Aiden's teachers this afternoon. But he didn't have a bunch of classes today. He only had speech, which was at 10 o'clock. It sucks because these days off that he has because of like teacher stuff always fall on days that he has either speech or OT, so that he has to get on and do something anyway. Like, I can't just have a day clear of nothing to do. But Steven got a call a little while ago that he got the job. He doesn't know when he starts yet because the guy is going to call him back again once he has everything situated. I guess the guy was like busy and in the middle of doing something, but he wanted to call him and let him know because he told him Wednesday, which is good because sometimes people tell you that they're going to call you at a certain day and time and they never do. So this guy was like right on schedule. But I'm happy that he said like he likes the look of the place and everything, because he hasn't been optimistic like that about the other jobs he's had recently. I will say, for as many as he's gone through, I don't want to turn my Cricut machine on yet. I'm just putting it in there because it's annoying when it's going off in the background. For as many jobs as he's been through, he's can usually get new ones pretty easily. So I wasn't too worried. I just didn't know. As soon as he said that he hopes he gets this one, I was like, oh, I hope that doesn't mean that you're not gonna get it. I'm just always like pessimistic about that stuff because I have really bad luck, it seems like. Just one thing after another. But that's a plus. And it's more money than he was making at either of the other two jobs that he already had this year. So I was like, you better stay there because, well, this last one wasn't his fault. And the one before wasn't really his fault either. He had COVID and they made a huge deal about him still being sick after 5 days and needing more time off. And then when he dragged his sick ass into work after the 5 days that he was allowed to be out, they sent him home because they didn't want him around them. Like, he had a mask on and everything like they told him to do. And they were like, why are you back already? Like, that was Whirlpool. The Whirlpool Corporation. They suck, okay? Like, these giant corporations suck to work for. I'm like, don't ever go after one of those types of jobs again, because like even this last place was a place that made they make toys and stuff, and like no, they don't make them. Like, I think I made it sound like it was a toy factory or something, but it's kind of like they have all the shit that like Oriental Trading and places like that have, like all the little like party favor things you could think of, like all the crap you buy at Party City and stuff like that, and they ship them out to like all those places like Party City, and I don't know if they do Oriental Trading, but they have all that stuff that those places sell, and they also have a website and everything. So it was a giant place. He showed it to me, and it was like the size of like bigger than a shopping mall. I'll say that. Like a giant warehouse place. So like it was a lot of walking and lifting and stuff. It wasn't like super heavy stuff like it was having to do before at other jobs, but like the walking and stuff was getting to him. And then they were just laying people off even though they just hired a bunch of people. Like, what? Apparently, like, he heard from other people that he was working with that is just like a rotating door of people, and they only send people in from this certain what's it called, temp agency that he went through. So that's all they do. They don't hire within. They use this temp agency to just send people in all the time when they need extra people. And then it's like, I think he said something like only 5% of the people that work there actually are like hired through, like working through that company, not the temp agency, and they're all the managers. So like every other worker there that wasn't a manager is just getting paid through that temp agency. So it's like they don't value their employees or anything, and yeah, you don't want to be working for a place like that anyway. So good riddance. Maybe it happened for a reason, because now he's going to be making more money anyway, and whatever. I was really upset about it when it first happened, but it was like, I know he'll get another job, I just don't know how long it's going to take, and luckily it took a week. So maybe even less, yeah, about a week. So I don't know. It's still a warehouse type thing, but it's stuff that he's familiar with, and like, I don't know, he said the guy seemed excited that he was like already familiar with products and stuff, because I guess a lot of people go in there and just, hey, it's a warehouse job and I can do warehouse stuff, but I have no idea what these products are. So excited about that. I'm kind of like, I have to get work done, but knowing that I have that friggin' meeting in like an hour, I can't focus on anything. I hate days like this. I kind of wish it had been earlier, like first thing in the morning, and get it over with, but because it's parent-teacher conference day today, they had to wait till all the parent-teacher conferences are done, at like 3 o'clock because the meeting's at 2:45. It's just so aggravating. And I really have to get in touch with the lady next door about the kittens because I want her to know that we're definitely going to take one. I'm just like, I could go over there at any time and knock on the door, but I'm so shy about doing that stuff. Like, I hate it. I told Steven, I'm like, can you please go over there with like, I'll make some lotions and soaps and stuff for them to try, because she was saying, like, we started talking about like what we do and stuff, and we're like, oh, we run a business from home, and she was all excited about it, but I didn't have a business card on me to give to her, so I wanted to make her some stuff, and I'm like, that's a perfect opportunity, go over there with it. He's like, why don't you do it? I was like, I don't want to. He knows that I'm like that. Like, I don't like talking on the phone. I don't like doing anything like that. It's so like, the social anxiety it's just gotten worse as I've gotten older, I swear. Like, I used to work with the public, yes, but that's different. Like, if you have to do it for a job, and I wasn't like having conversations with people, it's just like greeting them, ringing their stuff up, or helping them find something in the store, and then that's it. Now that I haven't had to do that in so long, everything is like through email and stuff. I think it's made my social anxiety worse, and my awkwardness, because man, the fact that I already had the social anxiety coupled with being home for like 3 years straight because I was petrified of getting COVID, and then we ended up getting it anyway, just my awkwardness has skyrocketed. So if you ever see me in person, just know that I have an issue with being awkward. But anyway, I straightened my hair last night. I love, oh my god, I love this pink. It's like my new favorite pink. I keep saying that. It's my new favorite hair dye in general, but I wanna try some other colors from them. I think I did too much of a chunk this time. Like, I think I took way more than what I had dyed last time, but it's okay. It's probably gonna end up being all a bright color for summertime anyway. Like, I do that and then I regret it because it fades so fast and I constantly have to fix it. Because I wash my hair so much more often in the summertime because I hate like sweating and then having sweaty hair, you know? I'm like, dry shampoo works to a point. Like, if I really, really don't want to wash my hair and I know that it's kind of oily, I will put some in. And the, what is the last one that I got that actually like really works well was the Living Proof one. They have two and I can't remember which one I got. It's in a silver can, but it actually like makes your hair feel clean afterwards without just like being powdery, and I know a lot of them do that. And then the one that I like that smells the best is the Hask, why is my eye watering? The Hask citrus and charcoal, or charcoal and citrus one. That one smells so good. And it works pretty decently. For as far as like dry shampoos go, those are my two favorites. The Living Proof one is more expensive, but it works really, really well. And the Hask one, I think, is like $7, something like that. And it works really well for being like a drugstore type dry shampoo. And it smells amazing. See, that's the neighbors now. I can hear somebody in the truck outside. It's so loud. You can always tell when they're coming and going. But yeah, I don't think I really have anything else to talk about today. I can't wait to get this meeting over with so that I can just focus on work stuff, because I'm almost done with all the orders from the last sale, and then I can focus on this $2 Tuesday one that I just did. Oh, I didn't shut it off yet either. People are still making orders. They're getting in lucky deals here because it was supposed to be shut off already. I can have it like do it automatically, like time the sale for like, okay, it's gonna start at this time and end at this time. But when I do it that way, it automatically changes the prices on me, and then for some reason this website, the hosting system that I use does not factor that into people using like someone's discount code. So it gives them way more of a discount than it actually should, because it's taking the discount from the original price and not the sale price. So I like to just go in and physically change the prices so that it doesn't come up as like a sale, and then it'll give them the proper discount. It's just, oh, the whole thing is a headache. I really want to switch to the Shopify, but that's going to be such a lot of friggin' work to switch everything over. And it's apparently the same price anyway. Like a couple weeks ago I was complaining because they, out of the blue, said that it's going to go up because I have to pay a monthly fee because it's an e-commerce site, and I'm like using software to charge people for stuff. Like if you're not selling stuff on a website, you don't have to worry about that. But I have to pay this fee, this monthly fee. It was $84, and it's going up to $104 a month. So I'm like, that's kind of a big friggin', I could see if it went up $5-6, something like that, but it's going up that much. So now, and then I was like, okay, now I'm definitely going to switch. But then I go to Shopify to check, and they raise their prices too, because I guess they're all around the same price, because they were before too. And I don't know. It's just like everything is getting more expensive, and it's insane. I also, of course, the friggin' Cricut machine is going now, but I wanted to show you a sneak peek of one of my new colors. I was hoping, yeah, you can kind of see how good it shifts. This is like straight up rainbow. This is just like the cup I was testing in, but you can see it so well because of the curves. It's like got a blue base, and then it's like green, gold, yellow, pink, purple. I'm super happy with how these colors are turning out, so I'm like, I can't wait to show them to everyone. But this one is going to be called Water Nymph. It's going to be an eyeshadow, of course. This is just like the leftover liquid that was in here, but it's so pretty. I cannot wait to show all these. I should just do a video once I have them all labeled and everything. I'll maybe make a video like swatching them all, even though I'm not the best at capturing multi-chrome shifts on camera. But yeah, this machine is annoying, so that's all I wanted to show you. So we just finished his meeting, the meeting for Aiden's IEP reevaluation stuff. And I had Steven do it with me, and I shouldn't have bothered, because I'm sitting there. We did it in Aiden's room because it's just easier to do it on his computer. He has like the Zoom stuff all set up. My computer, like, of course I could do it in here if I wanted to, but I don't have a microphone, so I have to go get the microphone off Steven's computer, hook it up to this one. I should just get a microphone and be done with it so that I can do this stuff in here. But it's just easier to do it all on Aiden's because his stuff is set up through the school for all the stuff that they do. But anyway, we're sitting there listening. Of course it's boring. Like, they're just sitting there reading their reports for what they found in their evaluations. And it took, what, 40 minutes, I guess? I thought it was going to take a little bit longer. But I was sitting here, Steven was to the left of me, and who went first? His normal teacher talked first, his regular everyday teacher, and then I believe, I'm trying to think of who else was there. I believe his occupational therapist went next. Oh no, the psychologist went first, and then the occupational therapist. And by the time they get to the speech therapist, I look over and Steven's like starting to snore, and I'm like my face turned beet red. Luckily he was like out of frame, so they couldn't see him starting to fall asleep. I was, oh my god, I'm still like embarrassed in my head, even though I know they couldn't see him because he was like kind of leaning out of the frame. I told him, I'm like, you stress me out more doing it with me than if I was doing it myself. I'd still be stressed, but I'm just doing it by myself next time. I cannot believe he did that. And now he's all apologetic and feels awful about it, but god damn it. Of course that had to happen, right? Oh my god. I can't believe he did that, but that's over with. So now I'm just gonna get back to work for the rest of the day. I figured I would come on and tell you guys. Maybe you'd get a chuckle out of that, because as funny as it is, I was so freaking embarrassed about it. He's told me, he's like, that's what I was like in school. That's why I was horrible at taking tests and stuff, because like someone talking to me the whole time makes me want to go to sleep. Oh, he's horrible. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch Return to Amish, because that show came back. I'm so excited that it came back. It's been like, when's the last time it was on? I don't think there was a new season since we've moved here. So it's been a few years, and I didn't think they were gonna do that show again. But for some reason, I love that show. I don't know why. There's always so much drama in the Amish community. But that's one of my favorites, and it's back. So I'm going to go finish watching that. I had started it already. I got 16 minutes left of it. And then I'll watch whatever other shows I missed this week as I'm working. I like shows like that, like all the TLC shows, all those stupid reality shows is what I always have going on all day in the background as I work, because I don't need to be super paying attention to it to know what's going on. I can't just put like a movie or like a regular drama type TV show or anything on, because like I kind of have to be watching that to get what's going on. But with the dumb reality shows, I can just have them playing in the background and I'm fine and can get on with what's going on. Except some 90 Day Fiancé ones, I have to like stop what I'm doing and pay attention to it, because I don't speak any other languages, so I have to read the subtitles when they're doing like stuff in another country. Like the one that's on right now, The Other Way, I tend to have to stop a lot to like go back and read what the hell they just said, because I don't speak Spanish and can't tell what they were just talking about. I feel like I'm picking up some words though, because I listen to it so much and watch it so much. You know, like take a Spanish class just so I can I can understand what's going on in these shows. And it happened to me a lot with the Chantel and Pedro one, the family Chantel, but I guess they're not doing that anymore because they split up. That was like almost entirely Spanish most of the time, so I had to like not watch that one until I was done with work for the day. But anyway, I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So it is Friday morning. I had to call Aiden out of school because he woke up and wasn't feeling good. And then he started throwing up. I think this is just one of those things where he either didn't get good sleep last night, or I don't know, he gets like this sometimes where he wakes up and he just throws up bile. Like that's literally all it was. It's just liquid and it's like yellowy bile. So TMI, I know some people don't like hearing about puke or vomit at all, but I did when you're calling them out sick, you have to email the attendants, which is just like whoever, the girl that's like the office person. She hasn't answered me back yet, but his speech therapist already answered me back, because I have to let her know on days he's out. You have to let, if he has speech or OT that day, you have to let them know, because they're not like, they don't get the notifications from the school because they're an outside service. So you just have to let them know. I didn't straighten my hair last night when I washed it, and now it's a poof mess. I also didn't put much curl stuff in it so that I could just straighten it today if I decided to, but I don't think I'm gonna feel like it. I have too much crap to do today. Steven has to go for his drug test for this new job. I don't know when he's gonna start. He had to fill out all the paperwork for it and stuff yesterday, and then get this appointment to go for the drug test, and then I doubt he's going to start Monday because, like, they're not going to have all the results from the background check and all the crap they do when you're a new hire person. So who knows when he's going to start. I'm hoping next week, but I doubt it. They're probably going to have him start the week after. They usually always have you start on a Monday. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet this morning because I woke up to that, so I have to go do that. What else? And then I'm just finishing my orders from the last sale today so I can get started on making the $2 Tuesday stuff from this week. So that's going as scheduled, thankfully. I just have a bunch of, like, I have these little baskets that I'll pick all the stuff for an order, put it in, and put the packing slip on top of it so I know the order number and everything. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have like 10 left to do over there. I have a few left that I need to pick, and I have a bunch of stuff I need to make for stuff that came in after the sale. And then I'm looking to hopefully release those new super multi-chrome eyeshadows on the 7th so that they'll be out for Easter weekend, because I'm releasing all the new spring fragrances that day too. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm going to have all the swatch videos and pictures and stuff in time, because I was going to send them out to a couple other people too, just to like help get the word out about it. I don't know why my eyes are so itchy. I feel like I've had like allergy eyes the past few days, and I don't know why. I think I really need to clean my makeup brushes, because when I don't wear makeup for a while, I feel like they just get like dusty, and I clean them off before I use them, but having them all face up in cups like that, like I have on my desk, especially when it gets so dusty upstairs all the time, I feel like I'm constantly dusting. Might be why my eyes are getting itchy when I wear makeup, because I wore it. Didn't wear any makeup yesterday, but I wore it the day before because I had to do that meeting, so I'm thinking that might be what it is. It just agitated my eyes, because my right eye would not stop watering that day after I wore the makeup. So I'm going to have to take a day where I just wash all my brushes, and then I'm going to put them away because I don't want them out on my table like that. But today is Friday, so I figured I would come on and end this vlog. I don't really think there's much else going on today, so I'll just end it here so that I can get this edited and then not worry about not having it up on Monday, because I've been forgetting lately to put it up on Mondays like I usually do. Like last time, the last one, I had it edited and ready to go, and I forgot to upload it. Such a pain in the butt. I need to just put like a little reminder on my phone or something. Upload the vlog so that the alarm goes off and reminds me. But anyway, I'm gonna go and finish up stuff, and I'll talk to you guys next week.